Alright, don't forget to put your date up here, and in the column in the margin put exercise 2.3, and let's have a look at number 1. Now we're looking at negative numbers, but especially negative fractions. Now if you have a look at number A, place the following sets of numbers on a separate number line. So all you've got to do is sketch a number line. It doesn't have to be super duper. If you've got a ruler, it's good to use a ruler. Now notice these numbers go down to negative 3.5. So I'd put the 0 over here and go negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, and negative 4. Let's put the numbers on. I might change my pen colour just to so you can see the numbers a bit better. Alright, negative 3.5 on a number line. There's negative 3, there's negative 4. So negative 3.5 would be here, so put a little mark. That'll be negative 3.5. Negative 2.75, well there's negative 2. There's negative 1/2. Negative 3/4 would be about there, so put a little mark. Negative 2.75. Negative 1/2, here's 0, here's negative 1/2 about here. And positive 1.25. Oh, I haven't actually put some positive numbers on there, so let's just fix up our number line. There's 1, there's 2, so 1.25 would be about there, 1.25. So I want you to have a go now. Just do the rest of number 1. Alright, looking at number 2, a little bit trickier. Calculate the following. It may be useful to visualise the equivalent mirror image calculation. Now, what on earth is that talking about? Let's look at A. Here's a number line. And let's put 0 in the middle. And for number A, it's got to go down to negative 0.5. So let's make negative 1 there, negative 2 there, 1 here, 2 here. So what we've got negative 0.5 plus 0.4. So we go back to negative 0. Actually, I'll change the pen colour. So we go back to negative 0.5, and we're going to add on 0.4. So we're going to add on 0.4. Now, if you think about the opposite, the mirror image would be 0.5, 0.5, take away 0.4. So take away 0.4, the mirror image of this. Imagine a mirror down the middle and you're reflecting this over to this side. So 0.5, take away 0.4. So if you do that sum, 0.5 take 0.4, you get 0.1. But, of course, the answer for this one would be negative 0.1, because it's back this way a little bit. Now, good students should be able to do this without using a calculator. I guess if you're really struggling, you can use a calculator to do that. Let's just do one more of these. Let's do G. Draw a number line. And the sum we're going to do is negative 4.6. This is G on page 77. Negative 4.6 plus the opposite of 3.9. Okay, so let's put this on a number line. 0 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Negative 1, negative 2, negative 4, negative 5, negative 6, negative 7. All right, let's do it. we've got negative 4.6, so we go down to negative 4.6, about here, negative 4.6. We're going to add the opposite of 3.9. Now that's the same as negative 4.6. Take 3.9. So we're going to go back here, 3.9. So we're going to take away 3.9. Now if you think about the mirror image, we've got positive 4.6 plus 3.9. Because we're going away this way. That's the mirror image of what's happening on this side. Plus 3.9. Okay, so it's 0.46 plus 3.9. 3.9 plus 0.46. It'll be 6, 3, carry the 1s, 4. 4.36. But because it's over this side of the number line, it's actually the opposite of that. So the final answer will equal negative 4.36. Okay, what I want you to do is have a go at number 2. Let's look at number 3 now. Number 3. Come on, number 3. 3A. Now we won't bother writing number lines for this. This is adding and subtracting fractions. Alright, so first thing you've got to do is make sure you've got the same denominator on the bottom. So you have. So you've got negative 3, take 3. Look at the top numbers on there. So you've got negative 3 here, take away 3. So on the number line, you're at negative 3. You take away 3, you're at negative 6. So it'll be negative 6 on 4. Now, if you simplify that, that would be negative 1 and 2 on 4, which is equal to negative 1.5. Let's have a look at G. You've got negative 1 on 6, take negative 1 on 5. Let's rewrite that. You've got a negative and a negative because you're positive, so that's 1 over 6 plus 1 over 5. Now, you've got to rewrite them with the same lowest common denominator on the bottom of a fraction. Whenever you add or subtract fractions, you've got to have the same number on the bottom. So 30 is probably the lowest common denominator. Just go 6 5s are 30. So what number do you have to multiply 6 by to give you 30? You've got to multiply it by 5. So 5 times 1 is 5. So that'll be negative 5 over 30. Plus, you have to multiply the 5 by 6 to give you 30 on the bottom. So you multiply the top number by 6. That'll be 6 over 30. All right, now we can work that out. Negative 5 plus 6 is 1. You're at negative 5 on the number line. Here's 0. You're at negative 5. You count up to the right 6. You end up with positive 1. So that'll be 1 over 30 is the answer. We'll do another one. Let's do O. 4 and 1 over 5. Take the opposite of 7 over 10. So let's work out what that one is. Now, we've got to change this mixed fraction into an improper fraction. So the way you do that is you go 4 times 5 is 20. So it's 21 over 5. 4 and 1/5 is 21 over 5. Plus, because the negative in a negative gives a plus, plus 7 over 10. We've got to get the same denominator on the bottom. The lowest common denominator will be 10. So 21 on 5 will be 42 over 10, because you've got to double the 5 to give you 10, so you've got to double the top number, 42. Now that you've got the same denominator on the bottom, you can add up the top numbers. So it's 49 over 10, which is 4, and 9 over 10. Okay, I want you to have a go at number 3. Let's have a look now at number 4. Multiplying and dividing negative fractions. So let's do A. You've got negative 3 on 7 multiplied by 1 over 2. Okay, now just all you do is you forget the negative and you just do the multiplication like normal. Now, when you're multiplying, you see if there's anything that can cancel on top and bottom. There's nothing here. So you just multiply the top numbers. That's 3 over 7 times 2 is 14. It's a negative number times a positive number gives you a negative number. So that's the answer. If we go and maybe have a look at another one, let's do one that's got a divide. J is 3 2/3 divided by negative 1/2. So, forget the negative for now. You're going to have to change this, hang on. Going to change this fraction here into a improper fraction. So 3 3s are 9. Plus the 2 up the top is 11 on 3. Now when you divide, see how you've got here divided by 1/2? That's the same as multiplying by this thing swapped upside down, 2 over 1. Okay, so we have 22, 2 times 11, 22 over 3 times 1, 3. Okay, so that'll be negative 22 over 3. 3 sevens are 21, so that'll be the same as negative 7 1/3. All right. Might be an idea to do one more. Let's have a look at number L. Negative 6 3/4 divided by 9 over 10. So let's change this number here, 6 3/4, into an improper fraction. 6 times 4 is 24, so that'll be the same as 27 over 4. And we change the divide into a multiply by swapping these two numbers upside down, so multiplied by 10 over 9. What will cancel? 9 goes into 27 3 times, and 2 goes into 4 twice, and goes into 10 5 times. Okay, so let's work that out. It's 3 times 5 is 15. 1 times 2 is 2. Now it's a negative times a positive, gives you a negative. Negative 15 on 2, which is negative 7 1/2. Okay, have a go at the rest of number 4. Now number 5 is pretty easy. Number 5, I just want you to use your calculators to do this. So number 5, you should always write the question down, I reckon. Let's do one of the ones that's fairly hard. K, oh, it's not working. Yes, it is. K, 29.5 multiplied by negative 11.23. So if we want to work that out, just get your calculator. You should know how to do this. Calculator, where's it gone? Oh, here we go. Calculator. Let's quickly do this one. So 29.5 multiplied by, now it's going to be a negative. So on this calculator, what you do is you press the plus minus button, that'll give, hang on, times negative 11.23. Hang on, I think you've got to put negative there. That's it. So you go 29.5 times 11.23, the plus minus button, and that will give you minus 331.28. Minus 331.28. Minus 331.28. Now the question says, give it to 2 decimal places. And yes, we've got 2 decimal places. Now, so just pretend the calculator gave us a whole stack of other numbers behind here. You just get rid of the other numbers and give the answer to 2 decimal places. So you can start working through the rest of the exercise now. That would be great.